Hi friends, and indeed vegan. I make a fruit breakfast today with some nuts and seeds, and it's energizing to have fruit. Yeah, energy is so fresh in fruit, just sugars when it's ripe, and the sugars go directly and fuel the cells with power. Sugar is our energy for the body. And that's plenty in fruit. And I have some seeds, they add a little bit more of protein. And I have some nuts too. And they add some fat. So pretty much everything I need is in this combination. And it's still light. Yeah, it's still light, considered light, not a heavy food. Still I'm mixing some fruit and nuts, but there's no health concern about it. Long talks about some raw food people who believe that this is a problem, combining nuts and fruit. It's complete nonsense, sorry to say that. It is lighter to eat only fruit, but it's nonsense to say it's a health issue. Absolutely not. There is absolutely no science backing that. It goes back to in history in the 70s. There was a story of food combining when they first found out the solution of the diabetes riddle. Yeah? What causes diabetes? There was a huge uprising of diabetes that was debated from the 1900s on. They didn't know what happens. And then all of a sudden they found out it's the fat. It's the fat is the problem. The fat is the culprit. That was the big breakthrough in science in the 50s or 60s or so. And then some raw food people said, okay, when it's the fat, you don't have to put the fat together with the sugar, otherwise they block the energy from coming to the muscles, and they block it and the sugar spikes up in the blood. But they forgot that what they found later, they didn't know that there are healthy and unhealthy fats. They didn't look at that before. The saturated fats, mostly animal foods, they are the problem. They cause the problem, not the fat at all, not the fat together with the sugar. There's no problem with that. So to make it short, this has not been really acknowledged by all the raw food, the wonderful raw food people. I guess we will get to that point soon, but I hope. But I will not be confused by that. I find it wonderful to combine these fruit. Here I have the pear. It's a wonderful winter and autumn fruit. Yeah, it's sweet with a very soft. It helps the body to flush out liquids through the kidneys, as opposed to apples, which are almost the same nutrients in apples as in pears, but the pears are better for flushing out the kidneys. That's a little bit different story from pears and apples. I combine pears with pomegranate seeds. Yeah, one of the healthiest fruit ever. That is a seed, to be precise. Inside there are seeds here. This is an aril. The delicious juice around that seed. All these arils contain a single seed. So there are seeds. How to open the pomegranate, how to seed it, you can watch in the video. It's pretty simple. You can spill all the juice over yourself, but you do it a little bit carefully, cutting across the lines, and so it's no problem. And then the third ingredient here are grapes. No, the third ingredient are walnuts. That's my nuts. So there's the nuts. These are the nuts now, and they are super healthy, of course. Healthy fats, as I said before, absolutely no problem to eat them together with fruit. If you don't want to have a very light meal, if you want to have just fruit because it's light or you like it, no problem. But just what I want to say is it's not a health issue. Yeah. If you are healthy, you can eat everything together. There's absolutely no problem. Our bodies are designed to eat everything together. All the three different enzymes. There are three different enzymes, kinds of enzymes in our body that are released when we eat food. One is for protein digestion, one is for fat digestion, one is for carbohydrates. Three different enzymes. They all come together. They are released at the same time when we eat, and they do not interfere with each other. There's no problem. So we are designed to eat all kinds of foods together. There's no problem. So if you get confused about it and you think, oh, that is a problem, then you cause the problem by your thinking. The thinking, the freedom of mind, is the most important health constituent. Yeah. Where there's no freedom of mind, you're completely knocked down, your awareness is shut down, then the body cannot work anymore. It's finished. Yeah? But when the body is knocked down, you still have a mind, you still go. Yeah? So don't get confused. Wrong thoughts can be a very problematic issue. So get rid of all wrong thoughts. The easiest way is making sure all you think and you affirm, like health affirmations, this is healthy, this is not. You want to make sure to get it really right. Yeah, you have to have solid science about it. If you have general assumptions like animal products are bad for human health, we have to say that. All science hints to that. We have to assume it. We cannot assume animal products are good for our health. There's no way to assume that in our times. Yeah, so these kind of things we have to make sure about, and the smaller things, can we combine this and that fruit? They don't play in that category. They're a totally different issue. Don't get confused with that. Yeah. So for many reasons, that's all I say now. So I have these wonderful combinations with the pears and the walnuts and pomegranate seeds, and all three have something together. Yeah? They all have this sign of bitterness, tartness. The pear is very different, very far away from it, because only the peel. The pear itself is pretty sweet and light. And the walnuts can be a little bit bitter, we know. That's famous. If it's too bitter, you have to soak them overnight or for 2 hours or so, wash and rinse them, then drain them. Then you have the bitterness of the pears for the walnuts out. And the pomegranate seeds, they have a little tartness too at the seed. Yeah? But all of these together play a wonderful harmony, because the sweetness is there to balance it, right? Sweet and bitter. That is a classic combination. And bitter is also healthy. It cleanses the body, the liver, the gallbladder, the bitterness. It's very healing. Yeah. So not too much. It has to be balanced. And here is the perfect balance. And the top, the third ingredient, the top on this here. The third layer, to say, of this salad is grapes. Also, one of the super healthy fruits we have, especially the dark grapes, the red grapes, they have in the peel, especially, they have something that is super healthy for many, many parts of the body. But I don't want to go into health issues too much. We know grapes are super healthy. Heart disease and all these things, but they are delicious among all. That is the most important. And if you develop a balanced taste, if you know to discriminate what's worst for us, that is animal foods, and stick with whole food, plant-based nutrition, then you develop a healthy taste bud by yourself. So it's very easy. For the dressing, a small dressing I want to have some bananas here. Just 2 bananas. To make it perfect with the banana, I like to add a little bit of lemon, half a lemon here with 2 bananas. And then the bananas keep their color, and they also play a little bit with the bitter flavor. They have bitter aromas in the peel, and the tartness of the banana peel reflects the flavor of the banana, of the fruit. You can't really taste it when you eat the banana, but with the lemon, plays out a little bit more of this complex flavor of the banana. And another one that plays in this category is a macadamia nut. Yeah, it's also a very little bit a nut that plays into the savory landscape of flavors. Yeah, as opposed to cashews that are rather sweet, I would say macadamias, they are firmer texture. They're also high in fat, very high in fat, but they have this wonderful savoriness, I would say. So that's why they play with the bitter aromas here, I would say. I would prefer macadamia today. And a little of water to make it a runny dressing. Shouldn't be too firm. Blend it. Blender dance. So good. See this white color? Isn't that beautiful? Animal color is really beautiful. I like this And that's why also why I like to put the macadamias in. They're really light. You blend them, and the lemon with the banana keeps it light. I like this white color. Colors are so important also for the flavor. Yeah, you look at the colors, and you feel a delight, joy. You feel pure joy. When I see colors, I feel happy, and that's for a good reason. They even showed a documentary recently about animals and the evolution of the animals. And it's interesting, there are some animals that all of a sudden learned to see colors more than, I don't know, 2 colors they always had. But when the animals began to learn green, to see green, all of a sudden, or red, I don't know what it was, all of a sudden a whole kind of different kind of faculties arose. They could eat then, focus on the fruit. The colorful fruit they didn't see before. So they changed everything, and it's for a good reason that all these colorful fruit, all these beautiful fruit, they are super healthy. They are high in antioxidant, high in inflammatory. All these colors are have nutritional value. We didn't know for long, but now we know the colors are nutrients, and they can be as important as vitamins. But this is still something to be researched on. We don't know that much about it. There are 100,000s of phytonutrients like colors, textures, flavors, odors, and they all play together. They are built by plants only. Animals don't do that. They're by plants, phytonutrients. Phyto means plants, nutrients from plants, and they play together. And that's why we have to eat whole food, because we cannot imitate that so easily. We need a huge amount of research to find out how they play together, but we know they double and triple each other in their effectivity. So very interesting stuff, and colors just is the easy way. You look at it, you like it, it's good. That's how it should be, right? And this even tastes amazing. Of course, that's for the food most important. It has to taste great, and that's what it does. Here, look at this one. See this wonderful, slightly sour, lemony dressing with this beautiful color standing out against the black grapes and the other ingredients. And I have a dark color might not work as nice, because here I have the main ingredients here, the pears and the walnuts. They are also light, so I want to have something that plays together with them. It doesn't push them down. And yeah, this is beautiful. This is all I need today for breakfast. Yeah, first meal of the day is called breakfast to me. And then later I might still eat a big green salad. Yeah, there's no green in there. So that is what's still missing today, the greens. And let's see what else will come up. Now, this is to start, a very nice start, and I'm looking forward to it pretty soon. I actually have to make the photo now, and then I will enjoy it. And if you do, give me a thumbs up, like my video, subscribe, I'm living on YouTube, have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. All the social media. I'm happy to read your comments, to answer your questions as good as I can, and maybe have a little chat. See you soon.